SDBR Virus Grand Champion, 6 wins.
The origin.
Virus was born at the Mustang Kennels facility in Ukraine. His father was the famous Mustang's SDBR, a dog that demonstrated profound gameness, extreme bravery. He carried the bloodline of Dragan Radonic's dogs and the Country Boys bloodline. The kennel crossed Ike with Rhonda, from Patrick's bloodline. This female was not a high-quality fighter, but Mustang Kennels very much wanted to have puppies from Ike. The litter was born in October 2003. Soon after, there was an outbreak of enteritis at the kennel. A red male with a large head was the first to contract the virus and, therefore, received the nickname Virus. Fortunately, the enteritis was mild and all the puppies survived.
Early career.
His first fight was against Kosha from the PVM kennel, winner of 1 fight and 1 draw that lasted more than 2 hours. Kosha was the son of the famous champion Hooch. Victor, from the SD Kennels kennel, was responsible for conditioning the keep Virus for this fight. Virus started by attacking the chest and shoulders with great force. At 40 minutes, he got his favorite grip on the armpit and worked in that position for the next 10 minutes, with Kosha screaming in pain. Kosha was picked up by his trainer at 53 minutes and performed the courtesy, scratch, final bravery test. In March 2006, Virus faced Leka from the Chuck and Gek duo, winner of 2 fights. Leka had killed 2 opponents in less than an hour each, but, on this day, he was picked up at 34 minutes and also performed the courtesy, scratch.
The championship.
The championship fight took place in July 2006. The opponent was Petya, from Dubrovin, a son of the Grand Champion Redlight from the PVM kennel. The battle began with both dogs exchanging attacks on the shoulders and head. At 30 minutes, Virus broke through Petya's defenses and won after another half hour of combat. Virus won the championship title, 3 wins, in a period of 9 months.
Rivalry and team change.
After 4 months of rest, he was once again open to challenges. While we waited, we constantly heard about 2 dogs, Santiago de Wulchiha, 2 wins, from the Ural Mountains, and Mongol de Kaluga, 1 win, son of the great warrior Grand Champion Barracuda. The ACDC Kennel, owner of Salvador, Santiago's father, feared that a defeat for Santiago would prevent him from selling his dogs from the Alligator line. Therefore, to avoid a meeting with Virus, he made unrealistic demands and, with lengthy negotiations, the fight reached a stalemate and was never held. In the spring of 2007, the BR Kennels Kennel, from Moscow, bought champion Virus. They joined forces with SD Kennels, Virus's trainer and handler, and began competing under the name SDBR.
The rise to Grand Champion.
In the fall of 2007, Virus faced Mongol in Moscow. After 35 minutes, Mongol suffered a serious injury and was withdrawn, but showed bravery by wanting to continue the fight. In his 5th fight, Virus traveled to Chisinau, capital of Moldova, to face Kosoi de Jolbars, 1 victory. This dog was of Greek origin and the son of the famous Grand Champion destroyer Kitcha de Jolbars. Kosoi was a tough dog, with a fighting style focused on the snout. He had quickly and easily killed the Bulgarian champion in his first fight, and some experts gave Virus no chance of winning. However, Virus dominated Kosoi around the 20th minute. At 40 minutes, Kosoi was withdrawn and performed the courtesy, scratch, to the applause of the spectators. Virus became a grand champion, 5 victories, and was retired after winning his title.
The ascension of Santiago.
Meanwhile, Santiago became a champion. In his 4th fight, he faced champion Winston from the Big Snake Kennel, elected Dog of the Year 2008. Winston had won 4 tough and long fights in a single year. 4 months later, he faced champion Santiago. Winston fell after only 10 minutes of battle. No one had seen him in such bad shape and he lost. Winston was sold to Kuwait. After a year of rest, Santiago easily won his 6th fight against a 2-fight winner from Serbia. In his 5th fight, Santiago's opponent was Lucky de Juris, 2 wins. In the first 20 minutes, Lucky beat Santiago. Santiago had never faced such problems. He was on the defensive, making strange movements and spins. However, Lucky was an old dog and had heart problems. This affected the fight and Santiago turned the tide. Lucky was taken away at 58 minutes. Santiago became Grand Champion and Dog of the Year 2009.
The historic showdown, Virus vs. Santiago.
The question that interested all the dogmen was, who was stronger, Virus or Santiago? Virus returned after 2 years of vacation only to meet Santiago. In the history of the sport in Russia, this was the first fight between 2 grand champions. This historic battle took place in the late spring of 2010. Virus became seriously ill during the conditioning period, the keep, and almost died of kidney failure, but this did not prevent him from showing up at the time of the fight. Virus technically outmatched Santiago and, after 30 minutes, Santiago could no longer stand. After another 15 minutes, the Wolchiha kennel picked up Santiago and carried him outside, without performing the courtesy scratch. The now former grand champion Santiago died about an hour later.
Legacy.
The SDBR Grand Champion, GRCH, Virus is a truly magnificent warrior and one of the best dogs in all of Eastern Europe. He possesses all the qualities of the best fighting dogs: deep gameness, arena intelligence, strength, a hard bite, and the desire to make deep and lasting marks. He is a knockout dog, like the Mike Tyson of the canine world. In our opinion, GRCH Virus is the undisputed candidate for the 2010 Dog of the Year title.